Hey everybody, AcedTyler here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In the last episode, we did the color dungeon, and we got the red tunic, which will give us more attack power, and that's how I always like it, because I always say offense is the best defense. In this episode, I'd say it's time we finally go and make some progress, and we have the Angler's Key from the Ardent Desert, and that also means we can go and access our next dungeon. It's actually going to be like well, there's actually a few things that we gotta do, like, not too many things, but there is a bit of an effort to get to the next dungeon, and that kind of does require having to go to the, well, to the top of that mountain range that'd be, like, right up to the northern point of Colin Island. So that's where we need to go, but yeah, like I said, there's just going to be a couple things that we'll be needing to do. And so, let's see, Tamaranch Mountain, alright, so, yeah, that's where we need to go. There's actually one thing I do want to show off first, something, of course, which will be of importance to us. I mean, we're not really going to get anything out of it, but it's, just something to show off, for something in which we were actually here for. Who to the windfish sleeps long and dreamily in the egg above. When you play the 8 siren instruments in front of the egg, he will awaken. This, my friend, is the only way for you to leave the island. Whoo! Alright, so yes, like the owl said, let's see, Mount Tamaranch. So we just go right up there to the top. And there we go. This is it. This is the windfish's egg, and that is our end goal. Of course, our main objective for this, and that is where we'll be able to leave the island once we wake him up. I gotta say though, once you go up there, oh man, the visuals on there look so gorgeous. Especially on the Game Boy Color. With the sea, like with the background there, just looking at the ocean there. There's just this whole background. I gotta say, it just looks amazing. Especially by Game Boy Color standards, or just Game Boy standards in general, because I'm pretty sure that that it might look like that even in vanilla, but it's just mainly black and white graphics, or or just or if you're playing this on the original Game Boy, of course, then you just see that puke green screen, of course. But hey, that's what it was like back in the day. You just see nothing, or just the same kind of a color that you would just see all the time. It's like back in those old days. Alright, so new enemy encounter here. Those are Tektites, also originated from Zelda 1. They do the same as usual. They just hop around and you just slash at them. Alright, this is where we will go and insert this key right here, and the next dungeon is right behind this waterfall. But how do we get over there, you may ask? Like, because of this railing, there doesn't seem to be a kind of way to get over there. And not to mention, we can't even swim either, because, for some weird-ass reason, whenever Link would go right into the water, he loses health. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Like, he goes into the water, he just loses health. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the same way in A Link to the Past, but yeah, Link cannot even swim, because we have to have an item for that first. And yeah, this is actually where I just, unlock the war points here. Yeah, yeah, since I unlocked that war point, then basically what happens is that it just takes you to different areas of Colin Island, but of course, you have to repeat that same kind of process until you get to the area that you want to go. So it does kind of get annoying like that, where you just have to keep falling into the hole, and then you just make it to your destination. Like, just repeat the whole process there, and, that's what you have to do for those war points. This is thankfully mitigated in the Switch version, to where once you evolve into those warp holes, then it'll just display the map, and then you get to select basically any kind of warp hole that you want to go to. Like, just select any kind of one. So I'm actually really thankful that the Switch version thankfully mitigated all that kind of issue. But anyways, so yeah, that's also kind of weird though. It's like, Link can't even swim in this game. And I mean, like I said, I guess same kind of applies to A Link to the Past, where, like, if you just dive into the water, then he just loses health. It's the same exact thing as Sonic the Hedgehog, well, in some Sonic games, where actually, fucking Sonic 06, where he falls into lava in that one lava stage, and he just loses rings, but then once he falls in water, he dies. So, I don't get it. I mean, lava, of course, as you already well know, is very, very, very deadly. Like, you can never survive in lava. There's no way in hell, because, if you were to touch lava, if you actually so much to get closer, just fall in there, that's it, you're done. Your flesh melts off, you're nothing more than just, like, it's all over for you. And yet, somehow, Sonic, falling into lava, he just loses rings, and then he's fine afterwards. You just have to pick the rings back up, and then he falls in water, he dies. I mean, granted, I know water has been one of Sonic's major weaknesses. Well, I mean, he's able to just walk-in wonder classic Sonic games, but I don't get it. That's like that is so dumb on Sonic Team's part. Like what the hell? That's just dumb. Also, hi there, Harpies, that's just laughing right at us because we can't even reach it and we can't even use anything. We can't even use bombs or anything like that. That's not bombable at all. So yeah, that Harpies is there laughing at us. So let's find another way. All right. So anyway, yeah, going all very much off topic there. So yeah, like I said, we can't really reach the other side of the of that railing there to get to the dungeon. So we actually do have to make an effort to get there, and that does require climbing the mountain there. So that is unfortunately what we have to do. And there's some oh, you look so familiar. Or is that what I think it is? But anyway, yeah, you actually have to just go around and just make some different pathways just to just get around, and then that way there you can get to the next dungeon. I will say so. Well, I mean the music's already off though because we're in a cave right now. But I do gotta say though, I really do love the theme that plays in the mountain range. Well, of course, it's also called Telltale Heights, but the egg where the windfish is called Mount Timber Ranch. But you know, either way, I really do love the music. Well, once I step outside, then you'll definitely hear it again. Yeah, this theme, I do love this theme. It's such a great theme. I love it so much. Anyway, yep, Apollo got lost, just like he said. Oh, yeah, so it was you. You did say you were gonna get lost, and so you decided to just, I mean, you know, you probably weren't playing this to begin with, but you just had to follow your script, didn't you? That's literally what he did. He read a script, he followed it, and he got lost. See? That's some leaning on the fourth wall right there. Alright, so we have to give them pineapple that we got from Chef Bear in Animal Village over there. He can eat it there. And then he will give us the hibiscus. And, of course, we're not going to do that do anything with it just yet, though. But, of course, we did recall back in Animal Village that the goat that we met before, she needs a hibiscus. And we're going to give that to her, but only later, though. But, yeah, so you listen to the music right here. Yeah, I love this theme. I really do. And, you know, it's also even better in the Switch version as well with the, with you know, the violins and all that. Oh, it's so good. It actually gets, you know, a second variation later on. Well, spoiler warning, by the way, but we'll talk about it later. Anyway, so here we are, level 4, or Dungeon 4, Angler's Tunnel. And, of course, as for, well, you know, thematically, it is, of course, a water dungeon. I mean, don't worry, it's not like a water temple at all. It's, you know, not as insanely difficult, but, be warned, guys, I kind of do, you know, mess around a bit here because I'm just trying to find my way. Because, like I said, in the, back in Dungeon 3, this is where the dungeons kind of get a little more complex, and you know, especially you know if I'm doing this in the scope of a let's play because I really just want to make sure I know my way here. But you know, since I'm doing a let's play of this, and you know, because of you know let's play curse, then I'm gonna have to just you know just make sure I know my way. But anyways, yes, I know, my health is very low because I didn't even bother to go over to Crazy Tracy's house to get that Seer Potion, and I mean, I should have, but, you know, well, actually, for one thing, there is that one, song from the Ocarina that we're gonna be learning that'll take us directly there, but, you know, either I forgot, or maybe I was just too lazy, but, you know, I didn't even, get a Seer Potion, but, don't worry, though, I really don't die in this one, I would just say get some more hearts. Alright, and we got the dungeon map. At long last. Well, I mean, we just came in the dungeon, so we got the dungeon map pretty early. Alright, so for this one, I kind of screw up a bit here because you have to dash and jump to get across that pit there, and yeah, see, I just screw up there. And yeah, I'm doing very badly here because I really do need more hearts. That's also another thing altogether, is that, like, I would try to, like, get more, or try to get more health. I want some more health, but the game won't give me any. And it's frustrating, too, because the game just doesn't like me very much. And those are some and here's some new enemies as well. We have the water Tektites, which will just, you know, move around and they will even try to come after you. But they're not too difficult. They're not really that much of a threat either. And those here are the Peahats. Just like they do in Zelda 1, they will fly around and you can't even attack them while they're flying, but once they settle down onto the ground, then that's your chance to attack them. Just give them some sword slashes there. And so yeah, there you have it. Which I will say, they're actually fucking terrifying in Ocarina of Time. Well, in Hyrule Field, because well, more on that once I get to that let's play. But yeah, they're pretty terrifying there too. All right, so let's go and pick up this small key here. Can I just say though, the dungeon theme for this one, it's you know, It's so weirdly lazier. Like, you know, it's literally just the regular cave theme, just sped up. That's what it is. Although, unless you can actually just, well, I can just sing right there. I'm in a cave, it's wet. I'm in a cave, it's dark. I'm in a cave, let's chat. I'm in a, okay, I'm not gonna say anymore. I mean, you know, there, cookie for you guys, or to those of you who know who I just referenced, I can't help myself. I just had to. But yeah, overall, the dungeon theme overall, it just reeks of laziness. So it's literally just a cave theme sped up. It's what it is. But I will say this though, thankfully the Switch version actually does give it a new theme. I mean, granted though, like, you know, it does give it a new, like, you know, an original version. Like, they actually decided to go for originality for the dungeon theme in the Switch version, where it's just it's actually just, you know, a rather ambient kind of a dungeon theme. Like it does start with you know, violins and horns that you hear, and it's just kind of gets a little ambience. Although they actually do incorporate the original theme from this game and just layer it on top of it. So like after the first few notes, then it'll just play it'll just play the dungeon theme. Well, you know, the sped up cave theme over just layered on top of the dungeon theme. So of course, I mean they still want to make it faithful in some way. Just, you know, just include that there, just for the reference, just to let you guys know that hey, this is what we played in the original version. Like literally all we played in the original version of Link's Awakening. So yeah, there you go. But I mean, overall I do appreciate the Switch version for at least you know, giving that kind of sense of originality. So there we go. But they still have to reference it in some way. So. Alright, and so we got the stone beacon, so let's go and find the owl statue that belongs to it. Overall, though, I mean, you know, lazy theme or not, it's still kind of eerie at the same time because, well, I mean, it does sound pretty quiet, but, you know. But I mean, I still do give props to this game for at least having some, well, at least giving the dungeons their own themes and just making them sound ambient at the same time. So I actually do like it because of that. Like, instead of the other Zelda games beforehand that kind of got the same dungeon themes, this one this is actually the first game in which the dungeons have their own themes. At least until Phantom Hourglass and Spare Tracks, because I don't know why, but for some weird ass reason, Phantom Hourglass, well, especially Phantom Hourglass, like they have no dungeon themes at all. They just use their kind of cave themes, and I don't know. It's just it's very lazy of them. I mean, I just don't get why they just thought of that idea. And I mean, I guess Spirit Tracks kind of did a little better. I mean, they actually did come up with a new dungeon theme, but I mean, half the game they'll just use that one theme, but then the other half they'll just they'll just go for another different theme. But they'll just keep it in like several other dungeons. I mean, at least I'll still give Spirit Tracks credit for at least they tried. But Phantom Hourglass, no, it's just laziness there, I gotta say. But anyway, so I guess there's I guess not much else to say about this dungeon. Like I said, it's not really like it's not the most complicated dungeon. I mean, it's definitely no water temple, even though it's just water theme. But you know, overall, like I said, it does get a little complex, especially later dungeons. Well, especially the last two dungeons. Holy shit! Ugh, God, I am so looking forward to I'm dreading the last two dungeons, as a matter of fact. Well, especially the 7th dungeon. Ugh, God. Yes, the 7th dungeon, well, yeah, wait till we get to that, actually, because, ugh. And, you know, the 8th dungeon is, well, the final dungeon is actually just not much of a slouch either. Well, you know, well, I would say the 8th dungeon overall, you know, the penultimate dungeon. It's also no slouch either. There's a chest over there that we cannot reach because, like I said, we can't even swim over there because, you know, for some... Yeah, seriously, though, Link, why can't you swim? I mean, you know... As Some Call Me Johnny stated in his Ocarina of Time review, Mario could do that. I'm sure Link can too, and so, you know, I would have to agree. I mean, you know, even as a longtime Zelda fan, I mean, I still kind of find it an issue, and you know, I mean, you know, I guess the same could probably be said at Ocarina of Time. I mean, thankfully though, at least Link doesn't drown directly. I mean, he can still swim on the surface, but like not like but like when it comes to like diving underwater, you can't really do it all the way. I mean, you just have to use the iron boots and then of course, the Zora tunic, but yeah, still. Because, of course, what I was getting at, though, is that One reason why that Link can't really swim. Aw, God, why? That key just fell right down there. I want that key and just fell down there. God damn it, game. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I guess the point what I was saying about Link not being able to swim is that we actually do need an item for that, which is kind of stupid altogether. Why would we need an item just to swim? But yeah, that'll be the dungeon item for this well, for this dungeon in particular, is that yeah, the item that we'll be needing for to be able to swim, and of course that's why we need that chest, so that we can just swim over there. But yes, there is an item for that we'll be getting to as for how we can swim. The glint of the tile will be your guide. And that is actually for a particular puzzle that we'll be getting to. But yeah, so yeah, we do need an item to be able to swim, but thankfully though it is in this dungeon, so so we'll be getting to that hopefully. And look at that right there. If you take a look at my rupee counter, I'm actually getting pretty close to 980 rupees, and so once we get to that kind of amount, then we'll be able to get the bow and arrow from the shop, and oh, yeah, 980 rupees. And yeah, see, that's what I mean about like Link not being able to swim, because once he steps to the water, then you know he just loses health. I don't really get that either, but hey, you know, what can you ever do? I mean, you gotta have something at the very least. So I do believe that once we get to the mini boss, actually, you know, I think this is where my past self would, yeah, that's where my past self would just decide to go ahead and ignore these P-hats, because I mean, it is rather time consuming and oh shit, goddamn it, another Zol. Those things are always very annoying, I will say that much. All right, what was I gonna say? Yeah, just having to wait for the P-hats is just rather time consuming, and just having to wait until they descend down. Alright, so there's this puzzle here. So what you do, well, actually, you can't really do anything about this puzzle, because there's another room that will give you hints about this puzzle that we had to do. So the owls actually said that there is a glint in those in the tiles, but that's going to be for another room, of course, because well, we'll just need to see what kind of exactly what kind of puzzle there is, and we'll just have to pay attention. And then after we see that, then we'll just have to step on the tiles in that exact order. And then that way there, we'll just see. Well, we'll just see what there is to be able to you know, go through that puzzle. But for now, we'll just take a look at it a little later. But that's actually going to be like the well, in the next episode, of course, because like I said, starting with Dungeon 3, that's actually when I'm going to be just you know, splitting those dungeon videos into two. You know, first half is going to be the mini boss, and then the other half is just you know, finishing the rest of the dungeon. Speaking of which, though, I think this is where we should be able to get to the mini boss, which I do believe is up there, because I have the small key, of course. And so let's go in here, and yep, here we are, mini boss, and this is a Hydrosaur. And so what the Hydrosaur will do is that basically his weak point is that you have to. It's actually in the very back, because the very front is actually immune to attacks. So you actually have to go all the way around and just go right behind him. And then that way there, you'll be able to just slash him with a sword, just by using Pegasus boots. I do want to say having to use the spin attack is actually more effective, but yeah, you do want to use the Pegasus boots to be able to catch up to him, because I do believe he is faster than Link's normal walk speed. So yeah, make sure you use the Pegasus boots to be able to catch up to him and just get right behind him. He is a lot like one of the, I think it's a lot like one of those bosses in A Link to the Past, but not regulated to a mini boss. But yeah, after just being able to stab him just at the behind with the Pegasus boots, then you should be good to go. And then after that, then he's done. And so I guess this is where I'll go ahead and call it a wrap here. So anyways, next time on Let's Play Link's Awakening, we are going to finish off the rest of the Angler's Tunnel, and hopefully get the dungeon item so we'll be able to swim, and yeah, just finish the rest. So until next time, see you guys later.